Alright, just wanted to get a shot of my camp site that I had, so there's the trail. And there's my spot. Little fire ring, hadn't been used in a while. So yeah, looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day. Sun's not quite up yet. I haven't really done a whole lot of maintenance in this part in a while. As you can see, so I'm in the Hurricane Creek Wilderness, close to mile 107. Trying to keep somewhat of a record of debris in the trail, so I can email the association when I get back and kind of let them know, give them a heads up. Finally made it down to Hurricane Creek, and man, this place is amazing. I'm gonna sit here for a while. I've only got 4 miles to go today, where I'm gonna camp. Okay, just had to ford this creek right there. Creek that I crossed earlier is somewhere down there, down in that holler. This is just a really cool bluff. So this just kind of gives you an idea of some of the conditions. This is the trail right here. This big pine tree just snapped in half, I guess. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 trees altogether that are involved. It's crazy. And on an uphill, and there's some more back over that way. So this is the trail right behind me, and this is the trail in front of me. So what you got to do in these situations is make a little bypass, which looks like this damage has been here for a while because there's already a little bypass trail here. Well, that wasn't too bad. Back on the trail. It's been like this for about the last quarter mile or so. Weather's nice at least. Had a nice breeze once I got on this side of the mountain. More stuff like this. Pretty cool. Remnants of some old homestead. This was some kind of wall that they had built. Joined some beautiful hot ramen. Spicy seafood with some tuna and oil. It's not bad. This is going to be my last look at Hurricane Creek. Alright, good morning. It is 4:30, Sunday morning, the 16th. This is officially day 3, but it's only my second full day out here on the trail. Should be finishing up section 6 today. Camping at, it is Fairview. I was wrong in my last video. It goes by Richland Creek, but it's actually Fairview Camp. It's the first one that you come to. But as you can see, I have all of my accoutrements for breakfast and coffee. Doing some oatmeal. I had some Pop-Tarts yesterday, just something quick. Ugh. And water. Over here, doing its thing. Can't really see it. There's my tent over there. Let me get a better shot of camp last night, man. This campsite is perfect. I don't know if you can really see it too well. There's the fire ring, but they got all these really cool pieces of rock set up like chairs. But yeah, right here by the creek, full moon. It's pretty awesome. Just following along this little ridge line. Just crossed a usable road. I know there's some private property out here in this wilderness area, so that must be it. Following a little creek. Yeah, this is awesome. I don't know if you can really make that out behind me. Still pretty low in this section, right around 1,000 feet. A lot of rocks on this part. Yeah. There's that creek. Hope I'm getting it. Getting a little bit of view. As you can see, the trail is a little precarious on this ridge line. Just kind of going up and down on this ridge line. Still no rain, which is awesome. I think this section, I'm somewhere between mile marker 117 and 118. This is by far my favorite section so far of the trail. It's pretty rugged. It's a lot of up and downs. And then it's like you get those big boulders like that. It's so green, and it's not that dark, oppressive green. It's just this light, fresh green. You got the creek right down here, which you're listening to the whole way. Just going along these little ridge lines. Definitely gotta watch where you're going, but just stopping every once in a while. It's in these hollows. It's nice. You see the mountains over there on the other side. So it's been raining pretty hard for about the past hour. Getting pretty hungry, and it finally slacked off. And then I come across this. It's 12:30. Perfect timing. Great campsite up there. It's gonna take me a nice long lunch. So for probably the last half a mile or so, just been going through this big rock garden of these huge boulders. They're all over the place. There. Coming up to a big one right here. Now this one, yeah, this is the one that'd be better to seek shelter under. It's pretty stinky. I'd imagine quite a few animals also do the same. God, it smells like skunk. Monday, the 17th. It's almost 6 o'clock in the morning, and as you can hear, it is still raining. It started about 3:30 in the morning. I mean, an unbelievable thunderstorm moved in. And, luckily, everything held up pretty well. Got a small leak right there in that corner, and another small leaks up here on the ridge line. But for the most part, man, this thing held up like a champ. Very happy, very impressed. I mean, that was probably the worst thunderstorm I'd ever gone through camping. It's supposed to rain like this till about 8, but I'm gonna go ahead and eat my Pop-Tart bits here, some coffee, and yeah, it's gonna be raining most of the day. It sucks, but I don't think it's supposed to rain tomorrow or Wednesday, so that's good. All right. Okay, it's about 7:30. Broke camp. As you can see, it's a pretty dreary day. Rain stopped for now, at least, so that's good. Just coming to this little drainage right here. Beautiful. Got like 11.5 miles to do today. Pick up my food cache. Hopefully it's still there. And try to find a place to camp around Ben Hur. So it's about 10:50. I don't know how far I've gone, maybe 3 miles, 3.5 miles. I haven't seen a milepost for a while. This is yet another wet crossing. I'm glad that my boots were already wet. I crossed right there. I mean, it doesn't look bad on video, I know. This kind of gives you an idea of how fast the current is. But it's just, you can see that slab right there, that's the bottom. And when you get these creeks like this, they're so, so slick. They're like greased. And you're fighting to find your footing on the slab that's not slipping. And the current's constantly trying to push you to the side. So a lot of times you put your foot down, you think it's solid, and then the current just pushes you, and you're just sliding along the bottom. And one slip, you fall. Man, it's gonna hurt. But this is beautiful. I don't know if you can see those little rapids up there. But yeah, that's where the trail crosses. We're going that way. It's been a really nice hike today, in spite of the weather, in spite of wet boots. My boots have been wet since Saturday. So yeah, for 3 straight days, been wet. So I'm hoping I can dry them out. Tomorrow it's not supposed to rain, so we'll see. So I'm just passing mile 130. And coming across this cedar stand right here. It's pretty cool. According to the guidebook, it continues for about 1,000 feet. Gonna cross this little stream here. So far so good, no rain. Pack's feeling good. Put the frame back in, it seems to be working better. I know you were worried about it. This is nice. reminds me of Colorado. Yep. My first dry crossing of the day. That was nice. Yeah, so hopefully the weather will hold out for the rest of the day. I'll go through this. Yet another wet crossing. This looks pretty deep. I'm gonna go up there. I hate crossing on those rocks, but I'm not wading through this. The guidebook said you could go up about 100 feet and dry cross, but it looks like that's... We had a lot of rain last night, so... And he's not even scared. He's like, what are you doing on my trail? Hey. God, he's just staring me down. Okay, I gotta go. Bye-bye. Coming up on Richardson Creek, and should be hitting the camp ruins, the Conservation Corps camp. It's supposed to be cool. It's 3:45. After that, I've got about another mile and a half to get to my food drop and find a campsite. Let's look through some other stuff, but this is the really popular one. Let's go up in here. What? People got candles up in this motherfucker. People living in here. What? Look at that. No, sir. Cars and shit. What? This is like the root cellar. It's the foundation of a bigger structure. Crazy. Yep. I gotta cross that. And that over there. According to the gauge, it's 30 inches, so what, that's 2.5 feet. I mean, that's right there. It's probably going to be shallower right there where I'm going to cross, but... Well, I'm coming to you from the other side of Richland Creek. Made it! And I got up to the side and there was a water snake waiting on me. That's nice. So the trail comes over this. That's where I walked over before. It cuts through here, but I walked up along the bank and crossed right there. It's a little bit deeper, but I'm not a walking trail that filled in water. So yeah, it's beautiful. Big creek, like a river. Rain's holding off. Hopefully it'll be clear skies tonight. It's the first blue sky I've seen pretty much all day. I'm gonna take a break and then make this climb up to trailhead and get my food and try to find a camp. Okay, it's the end of day 3 total on the trail, but I left Friday. Today's Monday. Feel pretty good. Did 11 something miles today. Picked up my food cache, which it was still there. Yay. I got lots of food. Now my pack's heavy again. Oh. It's a double-edged sword. But yeah, I'm actually, at an undisclosed location right off the trail. There wasn't any campsite. I went across the road where I had my stuff stashed along the trail. There wasn't any campsites there. And I spotted this on the way to the trailhead near a water source, flat. It's decent. So, yeah. Got a I got an easier day tomorrow. Only 8 miles to get to Richland Creek Campground, or Richland Campground. Can't remember which one it is, what they call it. But, man, a lot of water today. Forded two pretty good sized creeks and one decent sized creek. All of them had slab bottoms except for Richland Creek. So it was pretty slippery, pretty tough. But yeah, finally got my pack settled in, I think. Gonna have to readjust it with all this food. I just need to do anything over 15 pounds. I need a hip belt. I need a smaller pack too. This is way too big for what I try to do. What else? Nothing, man. Just not a lot of scenery today. Just making miles. Halfway through the trip. Kind of sad, but it's weird. It's like you're sad because you're having fun. You're doing cool shit. But then, I want to see my family. You know what I really want? I want a coconut cold brew coffee from Starbucks. I know. Yeah. Alright, so it's getting light, so I can do a little film in here. So this is the inside of my tent that I made. Gonna give you a little view. Uses my trekking poles to set up. On either side, making an A-frame. That's just got done eating breakfast, still having some coffee, yada yada yada. So it's got these doors. I've got one open over here, and this zipper totally encloses this, but it's basically the wall is, so I can basically drop this whole wall for an opening. That's kind of nice. And then I've got ventilation all the way around. Got it here at the foot end, and then I've got big mesh wall to match on the other side. And then these are what the doors look like when they're deployed. Make a little vestibule. You can kind of see the edges of the wall and how they overlap each other. So no rain can get in, and then they connect down there at my stake. Little double hook. So yeah, pretty happy with it. Held up great in a really bad thunderstorm the other night. Been very comfortable. Here's all my gear explosion. A little item I made. This is a little down comforter. Little top quilt that I made. It's decent. It's probably been in the low 50s, upper 40s, and it's kept me warm every night. It's got a toe box, foot box that I built into it. So it wraps around my legs to a certain point that it opens up. And I've got this bungee cord sewed into the top that I can adjust fairly easily. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. Yeah. Kind of spread it out a little bit. So that way it'll really wrap around my shoulders and keep that warm air in. And I just use, instead of a mummy bag, I use this and just a fleece hat, keep my head warm. But this is good for probably down to 45, maybe 40 at the most if you really had to. I still wear wool, long sleeves, and tights. So that's it. So I'm coming on off this hill right back up here, and we're switch backing down. The sun's coming out. Yay. My calf's getting a little tight, so I've got an IT band strap on it. Seems to be working. Just taking my time. I've got maybe another half a mile to get down to Standing Water Creek, and gonna take a long break and a lunch there, and then maybe another 4 miles to the campground. So just taking my time. I don't need to rush. It's a black and yellow snake right there in the brush. I don't know if you can really see it under this log. We're just laying in the trail getting some sun, trying to warm up. I feel you. I was gonna take a break, but you know what? I'm gonna leave this to you. There's the trail over there. How to get a video of this spot. Don't know if it's gonna come out, but basically on this edge with, I don't know, 280-degree views. Check that out. Getting pretty close to the campground. Can't be much farther. Trail is going up that way. Came up this and that and that. Pretty much switched back from all the way down there. But views are pretty amazing up here. So I've been in that for a little while. Then it opens up to this view right here behind me. Man, I think I'm actually standing down there is a landslide that happened, and they had to reroute the trail up here. Wow, that's where I'm heading. Right that way. Should be at the campground soon. I'm ready. This is beautiful. My last look at Richland Creek, I think. It's really nice. I'll try to get this with the sun pretty bright. That's not too bad. Views up there. So the campground was right up this road. And it was decent. There was no water. So I literally had to filter my water out of a ditch. But crossing this bridge, thankfully, I don't have to ford that. And we're gonna find the trail. Trying to do some miles today. It's 21 miles back to my car from here, plus cross of the Buffalo River. So I'm gonna try to do, I'm not gonna do it all today, obviously. I'm gonna try to do as much as I can today, and then I'll have an easy finish up in the morning. Get back on the road. Yeah, I think I see the trail up there. All right, feeling good. No pains, a little stiff, but it's to be expected. Man, yesterday was, that was killer. That reroute That was an unexpected, hellacious climb into the mountains. It was beautiful though. Absolutely beautiful. Glad I did it. I was getting a little scared there for a while that I had missed some kind of turn off to the campground and I was passing it up, so did a short road walk and ended up making it there. Take my first break here at just past mile marker 146. Waterfall after waterfall, little swimming pool, flat rock up there to lay out on. Awesome place to stop and take lunch, but it's only 12. I need to keep pushing. I'm gonna skip it. I think there's something else cool up ahead. There's been a lot of burn area, prescribed burns. You can see it on this side of the trail. Man, it sucks. Breathing it in, the ash, it's all in my eyes. My eyes are burning. But on this side of the trail, nothing. It's kind of cool. You can see it right there. But I found this cool little rock shelter. Pretty sick. Good place to take a lunch. It's almost 1 o'clock. If the terrain just gets a little bit easier, I mean, it doesn't have to get dramatically easier, just a little bit easier. I could probably do the 16 to get to that forest road, and the 16 total. I'd have to do 10 more today. That would set me up for a really easy 4 miles in the morning, and then do that crossing. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, which means there's probably not going to be anybody out there with a canoe, which means I'm gonna really get wet. I'm not really stressing. I'm kind of stressing it. Like, what's a river at the end of a trail? Really? Like, I haven't been through enough. It's like running the New York Marathon, and it's like, all right, here's a cliff to jump off of. Don't worry, there's a trampoline at the bottom of it. No, it's safe. It's safe to cross a river with 20 pounds on your back. Sure. All right, it's Wednesday. It's about 5:30. Did 9 miles today. I really wanted to get farther to get closer to the end of the trail, so I can finish up strong tomorrow. But it's a rough trail. This section's pretty tough. A lot of rocks, a lot of big rocks. Feet were killing me. My knees were starting to hurt, so decided, you know, my chances of finding another campsite in this section is very slim. And I came across campsites up there, but it's beautiful. Creek here. I think this might be Dry Creek. I'm gonna have to check the map. So yeah, I figured do the smart thing. So I'm gonna get up really early, like be ready at first light, ready to go, and knock out the last 11 or so miles. It's gonna be a rough day tomorrow. I'm glad to be finishing. I'm glad I did this, but I'm glad to finish. This has been rough. Just all the rain and poison ivy and the terrain. It's taken it out of me. It's been a rough 5 days. but glad I did it. Still enjoying it. Probably wouldn't come back and do this again. It's a pretty rough trail, but it's good experience, I think. So I learned a lot from doing this trail. So I'm very, very grateful. All right, good morning. It's Thursday, last day. Got 11 miles to get back to my car, and I gotta cross the Buffalo River, but I just crossed this. Managed to stay dry, crossed a little upstream, and yeah, trail's going that way. Pretty mixed emotions, kind of always sad when these trips end, but I'm ready to get a shower, good meal, a Starbucks, see my family, maybe not in that particular order, but yeah, it's still gonna be a tough day. 11 miles. Seen this on other people's videos. It's a cool old barn. I keep catching these views. Had to get out here and take it all in. Man, this is just an unbelievably beautiful place. There it is. The Buffalo River and the end of the trail. Oh my God. I still gotta cross that. Oh man. Wow. What's the sign say up here? Woolham. Alright, I'm gonna prep my stuff and go swim. Shit. It don't look like much, but it was up to here deep, right there in the middle of that current. Never felt anything like that. Had to swim the last little part to get to where it's shallower right there. That was intense. Completely soaked. But the Ozark Highlands Trail is done.